Greetings and salutations, what's goody folk. As I said in the previous water sign video, I am back today, the same day, to do fire signs. So at this time it is raining, thundering, and lightning outside here in Dallas, and I love it. I love this type of weather because I love to see nature at work, and the timing is also appropriate. So moving forward in this video, we are going to see what Spirit has to say to my fellow fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay, so if you're a sun sign, a fire sign, in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or otherwise heavily aspected in your birth chart, this could be for you at any time that you come across this video, because it is timeless. Okay, so whenever you need to see it, you shall see it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, so I can't help but notice there's a lot of karmic energy just like all over the place, as well as partnerships throughout all of the elemental zodiac sign relations. It's been coming up a lot, not only in the readings I've been doing, but other readers as well. So we're just going to go ahead and see what Spirit has for my fellow fire signs. Okay, so as always, we are going to go to the dice for numerology to see what the forecast is of energies that you have recently been in, or are now in, or can expect to be in. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so we have two red dice here, one on each dice, to be taken individually, but I can't help but mention that in the previous water sign intuitive reading, their overall numerology energy, was the master number 11, and so fitting here, 1-1 comes out on both red dices, 11. Okay, but anyway, 1, as you know, represents the emotional body, how we feel about the things that we've experienced and gone through in our lifetime. Okay, and it also represents leadership energy. It's so funny that we're talking about leadership. I just had an incident. Somebody who calls themselves being a leader of a organization that I'm involved with, or whatever. And she called herself coming into my room, standing over me, and doing this in my face as I'm sitting down. We all know that's a no-no. You don't address people like that, especially as a leader. And of course, y'all know me. I called her on it. You're not going to talk to me that type of way, especially with your finger standing over me with your finger pointing in my face. I'm not having it. So we can have this discussion as two civil adults, but that is not going to happen. And I already had to tell her about the way she approached me from almost a month and a half, but I had to do that in the letter. So this is not the first time that I've told her how she talks to people. But it was just quite funny to me, though, because she came at me angry. She was angry. Obviously, she's not in control of her emotional body, and obviously, she can't handle all the things that are on her plate right now. Because you should not get that angry about anything, especially about a job. You need some help. Get into your emotional body. You know what I'm saying? There she showed her ass by trying to be petty amongst the workers and making little sly digs and remarks. I just had to laugh at it because I'm quite okay after the incident. I was agitated at first, but then after I saw how she was acting, I was like, I'm good. Because first and foremost, you don't decide anything regarding my future. So But just seeing her in the energy that she was in and some of the things that she said, I knew that was her energy before she revealed it. So I'm not surprised. I'm not upset. It is what it is. I have the glory anyway. So I know what Spirit said to me, told me to do. But so yeah, that one on both red dices, emotional body and leadership energy. It's time for the collective of fire signs to get into your emotional bag. Handle your issues with your emotional body. Clear it up. Take leadership of your emotions. Believe it or not, we are in control over our emotions and how we choose to feel about a particular thing. Okay? So get in that bag. Take control of your emotions. As I always say in my video content, your emotions are the indicator on where you stand on the spectrum of being in alignment with your all-being source energy. The better you feel, the closer you are. The worse you feel, the further away you are from alignment with your all-being. Okay? So when you find yourself on the left side of the spectrum, we'll call it the worst, you need to check yourself and see what's going on. Huh? Okay, so on the blue dice we have 6. 6 suggests finding and maintaining balance. Check the emotional body. And then reducing 6 to 3 is finding and maintaining clarity. And we all know that it can also reveal conflict, confusion, chaos, mess, and third-party energy. Alrighty? So with all 3 dice combined, that brings us to an overall energy of 8. You know, 8 is infinite energy. It also represents strength, tenacity, and healing. Okay, excuse me. And it also represents abundance. Okay, so this is a time of healing. Go back to that emotional body and that leadership energy, taking control over your emotional body and space, your emotional energy. Okay, should nobody have control over your emotional body but you? Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be some healing taking place within your emotional body. Infinite leadership energy. You are the most powerful person that you know, especially in regard to your life. Okay, healing, infinite energy, strength, tenacity to withstand and overcome the many trials, obstacles, and tribulations that you have been experiencing throughout your entire life, fire signs, or especially as of late. Okay. What else? Abundance. Okay. You're coming into abundance during this season and cycle of your life, fire signs who resonate. Okay. You can reduce 8 to 4, which is the foundation, space, and energy. Okay, we know that the foundation, space, and energy is that which your ideals and belief systems are built on. So this could be a time of shift and change within your foundation space, how you look at things, your belief systems, and how you are now going about living your life from which was once before. Okay, then we can reduce 4 to 2, which is union, companionship, and partnership energy. But I tell y'all, it's a lot of partnership energy, union and companionship energy that has been going on throughout the elemental aspect. And then finally, reducing 2 to 1 takes us right back to the emotional body and leadership energy. So there's a hell of a lot going on within that overall energy of 8. It's covering a wide spectrum for my fellow fire signs, okay? So with that said and done, we are going to go ahead and jump right into it and see what Spirit has to say for you all. So once again, if you are a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or otherwise heavily aspected in your birth chart, this could resonate for you, either now or whenever you come across this video, because, my intuitive readings are timeless. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Y'all know I do 3 principal cards and then clarify as needed. So I'm gonna throw out the first 3 and then we'll go principle by principle and see what's good. Okay. So what did I say in the overall energy 8? What did I say? Abundance. Ace of Pentacles. First principle card. Oh. 10 of Swords. Dark Night of the Soul. 4 of Swords. Okay. That's the Comforter. Okay. So we are going to go again principle by principle and see what's good for my fire signs. First off, we dealing with this young Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is a desire for an increase in the prosperity and abundance that we are already receiving. Okay, and this energy is for the higher good, for expansion. Okay, this is not a greedy or materialistic want or desire. It's because we want to accomplish some things within our lives, within our purpose and design, within our soul-driven, soul-intended mission. And the intention behind this energy is to prosper even more, not only for ourselves but for the service of the collective. Okay, so as we know, this also can reveal some partnership energy with some new business endeavors. Okay, so fire signs, you may be having gone into some new areas of business, and you can expect to be going into partnership with someone. Okay, not everyone is going to resonate with that energy. As we know, pentacles represent the aspects of the material, which is finance, business, and property. When we talk about property, we're talking about your home, land, even an apartment, rental property, vacation homes, or even business property. Okay, and this could be where this partnership is going to take place. You may overall be running a business aspect here, but you may end up partnering up with someone in regard to space for your business. Okay, so pentacles also represent earth sign energy. So that is earth sign in its high vibrational energy, its upright position, if you will, is very grounding energy. But when it's in its karmic lower vibration energy, you talk about earthquakes. Okay, but again, pentacles also represent earth sign energy. So we're talking about Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So fire signs, you may be going into business or partnering up with an earth sign. Me, myself, and I am 2-part fire sign, 2-part earth. My sun is in Leo, my moon is in Sagittarius, my rising is in Virgo, and so is my Venus. Double fire, double earth. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clarify this Ace of Pentacles to get a clearer picture of what's going on with this energy. Okay. I'm not surprised that this energy is coming out, especially after this incident today. This is the Queen of Swords, okay, Black Widow. Now, incidentally, this bitch came out in a water sign reading. I told y'all, what did I say? It's a lot of karmic and partnership energy out there. Okay, so when we talk about the Queen of Swords and the Black Widow energy, this is ill-intended, malicious, malevolent energy. Okay, deceitful, manipulative, and is always watching, spying, so to speak. Okay, so when we think of the Black Widow in context, Just as I said in the previous video, in context, we think of the Black Widow, which is a woman, fairly younger woman, or who seeks out older men, older, wealthy men, to seduce them into marriage. Now, once they get that paper and that will, signing everything over to them, the wealthy man suddenly ends up dead, and the widow ends up with everything, the Black Widow. Okay, so to speak, this is kind of what this energy is like. Okay, this energy is seeking out to disarm people of their prosperity and abundance. So with this coming out to clarify the Ace of Pentacles, that is telling me that you all, my fellow fire signs, have this energy that is working against you to try and hinder your prosperity and your abundance. Okay, your aspects of the material, finance, business, and property. Okay, I, for one, being double fire sign, I can relate with this energy. Okay, previously in my situation with that karmic friendship. Okay, now this is feminine energy. Now, just as I said in a previous video, just because this is feminine energy doesn't exactly mean that it has to be a female. This could also be a male who is working primarily from his dark or shadow feminine energy. Okay, so swords represents the aspect of the soul space. When we talk about the aspects of the soul space, it's the total embodiment of who we are as spiritual, soul-driven, soul-intended beings in a physical casing on this earthly, or in this earthly realm. Okay, so this Black Widow energy, this is who they are at the core. This is who they've always been. Toxic, karmic. Okay, they're always operating and working from a low vibrational energy. Okay, spiteful, petty, devious, deceitful, just all around ill intention, just a mess. Okay, swords also represents energy from the air sign. Okay, so when we talk about air signs, we're talking about Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, so this karmic energy, fire signs, could possibly be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, that is working against your prosperity and abundance. Okay, so you definitely have to be mindful of what's going around you and your energetical space. Okay, some people, for my fire signs who resonate with being divine and chosen ones, we already know how this shit works. People are against you simply because of the light that you shine. Okay, they see something in you that they don't have within, and because they see that mirror reflected energy, it pisses them off, and they just don't like you. Okay, so they will spite you, at the very lowest level of this vibrational energy. They just might have nasty energy towards you. Okay, and it goes in levels. It increases in levels to the end of the spectrum, to someone just outright wishing death on you, wishing the absolute worst for you. So you definitely, just like I told the water signs, you definitely have to be mindful of the energy that is lurking around you. Okay, because everybody, is not on that level with you. Even if they say they want the best for you, it's not always true. So pay attention to your intuition, your gut instincts, on what you feel in regard to people who are around you. It doesn't matter who they are. Okay. We're going to go ahead and further clarify the Ace of Pentacles, which was first clarified by the Queen of Swords, Black Widow, and we'll see what else is next. Spirit, how else do you want to clarify this Ace of Pentacles and Queen of Swords energy for my fellow fire signs? Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we know my Page of Cups is the Cupid card. Love. But you can't make this shit up. I know a lot of readers say this, but it's true. It's true. I said that when we was forecasting the energy. Before I did that, I said there's a lot of partnership in it, karmic and partnership energy. What comes out is clarifier. Clarifier for the Ace of Pentacles. Karmic and relationship energy. Okay, so this Page of Cups in reverse, okay, is telling me that this pairing, this new love that's on the horizon, can possibly go south because of this karmic Queen of Swords, Black Widow energy. Okay. It's faux energy. So you could have definitely, if this energy is not already present, it's coming in. Because this queen, I just said that this Queen of Swords is disguising themselves as Cupid's gift. Okay. When it's not so. Okay. And they're going to show particular interest in the things that you're working on. Okay. This is especially for our divine and chosen ones, when we have these projects and creating and building businesses and brands. Is just a mess. Either folk don't see the vision, they don't understand the vision, they don't support the vision, they think it's stupid, or they think you should be doing something, you should forsake your vision for something that they deem is more appropriate and necessary. Like, we're not called to do that. We're not called to do that. That's why I make all the decisions that I make. I used to do that before. I used to put everything before my true desires. I'm not doing that no more. Especially after what Spirit done shown me. I check in with Spirit. Through the many signs, spirit numbers, animals sing, synchronizations, all of that type of shit. They say, keep doing what you're doing, you're on the right path. So as long as Spirit keeps telling me that, I'm going to keep moving the way that I move. Because the decisions that I make are very intentional. They're not fly-by whims, okay? I think about everything before I make a decision, before I act on it. I said that to say that this energy is very intentional towards your prosperity and abundance. They want to stop what you have been creating for manifestation for yourself. Okay, so especially in this form of this faux love offer. You have to be mindful. I said this for the water signs. You have to be mindful of the energy that you allow into your orbit. Okay, all around. It doesn't just have to be limited to romance. This is acquaintances. This is friendships. This is even family. Okay? Because not everyone from either one of those groups have the best intentions for you. Okay? So you have to pay attention. You have to be mindful. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to your gut instincts. I don't give a flying flip what they say or how they present it. If your instinct, if your intuition is telling you something is off, then something is off. You need to exercise your God-given intuition and discernment. The Bible says that's the one gift that you are to pray for, discernment. Okay? And folk will get mad at you for being divine and for being a chosen one because you can see through their bullshit. And they know you can. Okay? So get into your power, fire signs. Get into your power. Your resonating planet, well, it's not really a planet, but your resonating energy above fire is the sun. The light. Heat. Passion. I'm going to need y'all to get into it, okay? Watch out for this energy. Okay, this karmic, again, can either be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or it could even be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay? It doesn't have to be limited to just those two elemental groups, but in particular, with this particular energy, that's what's out there right now. Okay? So moving on to the next principal card, 10 of Swords, more sword energy. This is the dark night of the soul. Okay? And if any of you all are familiar with the dark night of the soul, you know exactly how intense and how much of a tremendous spiritual experience this is. I've talked about my experiences with the dark night of the soul on my podcast, on my YouTube page, videos, and this shit is scary. It's intense. It's painful. But at the end of the day, if you stick it out in the mud and stand 10 toes down, and you learn the lessons, and you apply the lessons into wisdom, wisdom is applied knowledge. Okay? You're going to come out of this thing stronger and better than you were before. The whole purpose of the dark night of the soul is to dredge up things that we have hidden and suppressed in our lives that are so deep-seated that we don't even realize that it's affecting our present right now lives today. So this energy usually tends to speak to childhood traumas, okay, and things of that nature. It doesn't just have to be childhood traumas, but in most cases it is. Those things that occurred to you when you were a child, abuse, mental, physical, emotional, sexual, that you have pressed so deep down inside that you don't even, probably don't even remember or rarely think about it. It is pushed so far deep down inside that it affects you today and you don't realize. Okay, so the dark night of the soul is it's going to drudge up some very painful, painful, nasty things. But it is required in order for the healing process to begin, because if you don't address these issues, regardless of how deep-seated they are going to fester to the top at some point. And it's going to fuck your shit up, because if it festers to the top in that shape, form, and fashion, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be unresolved anger, unresolved hurt that could lead into self-soothing, addictions, other toxic behavior, just being hateful, spiteful people, turning into what? This Queen of Sword energy, this Black Widow energy. There are many things that can come up out of the dark night of the soul experience, both on the positive light side as well as on the negative shadow karmic side. So if you want to make it out of this energy successfully, you're going to have to follow it through. Okay? And no, it's not just one dark night of the soul. As I always say, we're talking about healing here. Did I not say that in the forecast through numerology? 8, healing. That's one of 8 energies. This is healing right here. Healing occurs in levels. Okay? If Spirit ripped the Band-Aid off of everything that we've dealt with and experienced in our life that was traumatic, that hurt us to our core, we would not be able to take it. It would be too much for our physical selves. Okay? That's why healing occurs in levels. And that's why the dark night of the soul happens more than once, because it peels back one layer of trauma, of hurt, of despair. Okay? And it allows you to heal. If you go through the process and do the work, it allows you to heal from that level. Okay? And a lot of us, myself included, when I've gone through those levels, I'm thinking like, I'm all healed up in this area. I'm good. But no, Spirit will bring it back around again most times when you least expect it. Okay? The good thing about, my intuitive readings and me answering the calling on my life is I can do this to help prepare you for this type of energy. I experienced my dark night of the souls. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anyone to walk me through it. So it scared the living shit out of me. I didn't know what was going on. And the more times that I went through it, it became better, because the more I experienced the dark night of the soul, the more I was able to recognize the energy and what it was for that moment, and I was better able to handle and appropriate the energy. Okay, so as of current times, I think I've gone through about maybe 5 or 6 dark nights of the soul. And the last two, they were not bad. And I believe the last one, I didn't even realize I was in a dark night. But you know, this healing in levels and layers, it builds your strength, overall energy, and it builds your tenacity. But you got to do the work. You can't shy away from this energy. Of course, it's your choice, because one of the divine rights that we have here on this earthly realm is free will. Okay, so you can choose to do the work, or you can choose not to. But best be ready for the outcome based on the decision that you make. Okay, that's why it's so important to get in tune with your emotional body to heal, so that you can make appropriate decisions. Okay, not just flying off making decisions based off of your emotional body and how you feel at the moment. It's not about that. And I used to be very that way. Am I perfect in that area? No, because earlier today when I saw that letter, I got agitated. I have a right to be agitated, because there's things that I got to do for my life. I appreciate the program, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when the program stops, I'm still responsible for my livelihood. And baby, I didn't build 2 businesses from the ground up for nothing, to forsake it for a program. It's not that. It's not that. It will never be that. So that's what I'm saying. You got, you got to make appropriate decisions. You got to outweigh. You got to look at things, and just not fly off the emotions, as the leader did. Baby girl was all up in her emotions. That's why I calmed down. I was just like, look at that. That's not how a leader acts. That's how I talk. I talk with my hands. No, not over me, standing over me. And we peers. We're the same age group, baby doll. And you, out your own mouth, told me that your brother, your family even tell you got an issue in this in this arena, in this area. So this is definitely not the first time that you heard about it, not from your family and not from me. And I got it in writing, baby, the first time. So, you get into your emotional bag. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Am I sorry for the decision I made? Hell no. I probably outweighed, and I gotta. When this is over, they're not gonna mind my businesses. They're not gonna ensure that my businesses are intact for the long run. No, that's my responsibility. So I'm gonna make the appropriate choices. So, But again, back to the dark night of soul, healing in levels and layers. Heal your emotional body so you don't go all pissing in the wind and it's flying back at you, as my old sergeant used to say. Amen. Amen. So, Spirit, let's go ahead and further clarify this 10 of Sword, dark night of the soul energy. Okay. So again, this is soul space energy. Okay, the total embodiment of who we are as spiritual, soul-driven, soul-intended beings in a physical human experience. Sword represented by air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. 2 of Cups. This is so funny because the Queen of Sword energy for the water signs, the 2 of Cups came out in reverse, so that Black Widow was targeting the aspects of the heart, home, and family for the water signs, which is somewhat doing the same here, but disguising themselves as your love. Okay, but we know that to be faux. But if you can get out of this, if you can successfully make it through this dark night of the soul experience, it's going to lead you to your companion, your partner, your love, possibly even your soulmate. Okay, we know that 2 of Cups represents the companion, okay, the lovers, your partner. Okay, we know that again, Cups represents the aspects of the heart, home, and family. It also represents water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay, note we are currently in Pisces season right now. Okay, So you can, if you do the work and stick it out in the mud with this dark night of the soul, because it ain't easy, but at least if you resonate with this video, it's not going to hit you blind, okay? But it is intense. It is very intense. It can be very scary. My very first one scared the living shit out of me. The first three scared the living shit out of me. I'm not even going to lie. And it was a highly significant spiritual experience. And most people don't or won't believe that these types of occurrences can happen. But they can. We're now in the Aquarian age, okay? So all of these facades and bullshits and old paradigms, they're being torn down. And people are now waking up and starting to see the spiritual world for what it really is. The government knows what's up. Of course, they ain't saying shit, right? But they know what's up. And my word, sooner rather than later, is going to be against the law to commit certain spiritual offenses, i.e. or e.g., excuse me, practicing dark magic. I'll have to make a video on that and my experience on that. People doing bloodletting, putting blood in your food and drinks and shit like that. Like, it's real. People do some fucked up shit out in this world. And just because they don't like your light. They see something in you that they can't or don't possess, or are not willing to do the work in order to possess. Amen. So we are going to further clarify the dark night of the soul after the Two of Cups. What else do we have here? Okay, exactly what I was talking about. This is the Ace of Swords. This is my Transformer card. This is transformation, transitioning. This dark night of the soul is very much, it feels like death. I'm not even gonna lie. The first 3 times I thought I was literally dying. I wasn't. My last dark night of the soul, I was literally dying. But even in that, I didn't realize I was in a dark night of the soul. You know, I wasn't, I was concerned, but I wasn't scared. You know, I had the utmost faith in my purpose and design. I knew my life was not meant to be ended then, because Spirit already showed me I'm meant to have longevity, because there's a specific purpose in what I'm to do here in this lifetime. There's specific things that I'm called to do, and I'm going to do it. That's why I make the decisions that I make. That's why I move the way that I move, because now that I know who and what I am and my purpose in life, I'll be damned if I let another bitch, y'all know that's my favorite word, I let another bitch take me off of that. I don't care what your ranking is on this earth. None of that. It does not matter to me anymore. So again, this is the Ace of Swords. This is the transformation, death. This is a spiritual death, and that's very much the dark night of the soul. Okay, because if you do the work, if you go through the process, you're coming out transformed. Okay, you're coming out new. When we think of this transformation, think of the caterpillar going into its cocoon, and emerging as the butterfly. Okay, as the caterpillar, you were crawling around. Okay, slowly. You can climb up walls and things of that nature, stick to surfaces, but you were still crawling. After you go through this transformation and this cocoon, this hermit mode within the dark night of the soul, because when you go through the dark night of the soul, you don't want to be around anybody. One, you're too emotionally raw. You're mentally raw, because you can't reconcile, like, yo, is this shit really happening? Yes, it really is. Okay, you're spiritually raw. You don't want to be around anybody, because what it brings up is so jarring, it's so intense. It's just like, man, I need to go into this shell. I need to recover from this, because I had feelings that this is what that was, but I didn't really know. The dark night of the soul will confirm it for you, even if it's not suppressed so deep down, so deep seated that you don't remember it. It is going to confirm. And it's going to shake you to your core, but it's meant to shake you to your core so that you can move, so that you can take action and heal. Okay? Because if you don't heal, you're going to repeat the same cycles over and over and over again. That's what I did for 37 years of my life. I was repeating the same cycle over and over and over and over again. Same energy, same soul relationships, but in different people. And it was staring me right in front of my face, but I couldn't recognize it until I started doing the work. And at first started to come with realizing that I am who I am, my gifts, my purpose, my calling, and taking accountability for everything that occurred in my life. I said this in the water sign reading. Regardless if what someone did to me was malicious, malevolent, downright wrong, dirty, nasty, at some juncture in that, I was responsible for it. Why? Because I allowed it in my life. And that's major. When you can come to a point to where you say, I was accountable for that. Because I allowed it. You know, my intuition told me that that person was no good. I said, no, you know, that's not how they're presenting themselves right now. They're presenting themselves as the Lollipop Guild. They got on Barbie doll dresses, lollipops, face painted with all these beautiful colors, sing-songing and everything. But at the core of them is dark. It's rotted. It's nasty. It's mean. It's hateful. It's spiteful. It's malevolent. Okay? But despite my intuition, I told myself, no, they ain't that way. Yes, bitch, they are. And sooner or later, they will prove to you exactly who they are and who they've always been, even when you knew from the get. And it's like, damn, why didn't I listen to myself? Those are the type of lessons that I had to learn personally. And some of them were called up from my dark night of the souls because I gave too many people so many chances to just come on in and hurt me. I gave them that chance. I opened that door. I said, come on in, devil. Sit right here on my lap. Not next to me. Sit right here on my lap. And just have your way with me. So when you get to that point of accountability, realization, and then you start to heal, it's a totally different ball game. And once you get into that energy, that self-love, because I'm telling you, for 37 years of my life, I did not love myself. I hated myself. I tried to kill myself so many times. I slit my wrist, overdosed on pills, contemplated on jumping. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't stand my own reflection in the mirror. I settled for toxic relationships, abusive relationships that mirrored my home life. Today, oh, not today, bitch. I can honestly say I love myself. I can look at the mirror. I like looking in the mirror now, not out of vanity, but because I love myself. Like, okay, Bryce Binks, you are the burger. You know what I'm saying? You are attractive. You know, you are gifted. You are talented. You are loving. You are worthy. Huh? Now I understand the energy that I was born into. Okay? So this is highly significant and major energy. It's very important for you to go through this, to do the work. Otherwise, you're going to remain stagnant and you're going to repeat the same cycles over and over again. Check out my podcast on Spiritually Logic on completing cycles. To me, that's one of my favorite podcast episodes to date. Like, that was even, it hit me, okay? And I did the damn, published the damn episode. But it really affected me in the most positive way. Okay, so I encourage you to do the work. Again, free will is your choice. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but be ready for the outcomes of your decisions. Be ready for it. And don't go pointing fingers, blaming. Go stand right up in that mirror, meet yourself eye to eye, nose to nose, snout to snout, mouth to mouth, and say, yes, I made that decision. Yes, I made that decision. These days, I'm so keen on the decisions that I make. I don't care if anybody else get it. I don't get enough of it. Because my decisions are about my life, my purpose, what's for me in the long road. And no, they're not emotional decisions. I don't really make emotional decisions anymore. I weigh it out and I look at things, and I don't regret it. I walk in my power. I walk in my power. I'm not sorry for it. I'm apologizing to you for making decisions for my life, for my goals, for my businesses. Like, come on now, get a grip. Get a grip. It ain't that deep. It ain't that serious, ma'am, sir, ma'am, ham, pam, spam. So, we're gonna go ahead and go on to the final principal card, the Four of Swords. Okay, this is the Comforter. Okay, again, we're dealing with sword energy, that's soul space, the total embodiment of who we are in this physical experience. Okay, the number 4, foundation energy. Did I not say that earlier in the numerology forecast? Breaking down that 8 to 4, I said foundation. Here we are, 4 of Swords. Okay, this is stability in work. Okay, keeping balance. Okay. If you're stressed, relief comes soon. Treat yourself. Spirit been telling me it's time for you to have fun. It's time for you to enjoy yourself. You've been locked up too long. You done had all these energies after you trying to destroy you, your character, your name, your work, your prosperity and abundance, even your life. It's time for you to get out to have fun. Baby, I'm gonna listen to Spirit any day before I listen to any man or woman. And that's just how it is. Because at the end of the day, don't know man or woman, regardless of how it seems or looks like in this physical realm, they don't have no power over my life, over my destiny, unless I allow it. And guess what? I don't allow it. I don't. And neither should you. When you get into the zhuzh of who you are and your purpose, see, the key is you have to know who you are first to take that kind of liberty in your life. Because if you don't know who you are, you're going to be making all type of fucked up decisions. Okay? And you're not going to know why you're making the decisions. You need to be able to answer the question, what is my purpose in this life? Okay, and I don't judge people. Okay, I make observations. If you're one of those people who believe that you're just on this planet to go to work, to go to school, grow up, work, fuck, marry, have kids, have a little fun, that's not it. That's not what this life is about. Okay, that's mundane. That's ideals and beliefs from the matrix paradigm. Okay, get into your judge, get into who you are, find that stability in your soul space, find that balance in your foundation space and energy. Once you do that, you are unstoppable, regardless of people can say whatever they want to, but how about this? Mind your business. Okay, that's how you feel about that. That's fine. You have a right to feel that way, but that's not going to affect what I'm doing over here. Okay? It's just not. I don't operate in that energy no more. I can't. After everything that I've been through and after everything that I've seen and how my decisions and how my emotions affect my life. We are co-creators of our own life. So everything that happens in our life, we did it. And I guarantee you, if you really sit your ass down and think in retrospect of your vibrational energy and how you felt about things, doing that emotional work, found in those on the red dices. This is what I'm talking about, folk. Do that emotional work. And the things that you focus on, you'll realize, you know what, I sure the fuck did do that. I created that for myself. Because that was the focus of my emotion majority of the time. And that's what I manifested. But see, we've been programmed so deeply, so profoundly to not look that deep. I said it in a previous video. Judge Maybelline Ephraim, look deep before you leap. We don't look deep. We go on surface values. Oh, what you see is what you get. No, bitch, what you see is not what you get. Not all the time. No ma'am, no Pam, no spam. We are complex individuals, whether we own it or not, whether we realize it or not. We are all complex. There's more to us. Think of the iceberg. What we see on the surface of the iceberg, that is what 10% of what the iceberg really is. You got to go beneath the code. You got to go beneath the surface to get a full picture of what that iceberg really is. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at its full form and size. I know what I'm talking about, folks. Wisdom is bred from applied knowledge. I done been through this shit. Time and time again. So I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not boasting. I say this in the most humble of ways because Spirit has shown me some shit that most people don't get to see. And I'm so very grateful because it made me who I am right now, today. And it's continuing to grow and expand me. So you will never hear me say I'm sorry for anything. Not at this point, because I'm not sorry for choosing myself or choosing to do things that's going to benefit me in the long run. Okay, and my purpose and design. I'm sorry if you don't see it, but it's not meant for you to see because it's my purpose, not yours. Okay. This message was right on time, especially for me today. And it came out in the Daily Spirit earlier. It said disagreement and walking away from it because the fighter card came out and reverse checked my website. I put that out before this shit even went down. But no ma'am. No, ma'am. No, absolutely not. So get into that comfort and that stability in your soul space, okay? Again, this is sword energy, air sign energy. Air signs is very significant with fire signs, and I'm not surprised about that because we are drawn to air signs, particularly Aquariuses. My infamous relationships, for those people who know me, I'm just going to say the initial K. Y'all already know who it is if you know me in my life. Was it Aquarius? Baby. Okay? But anyway, we're going to go ahead and clarify this comforter energy and the Four of Swords. We're going to see what Spirit wants us to know. But it's a lot. This is a time of soul work, fire signs. This ain't no surface type shit. It's soul work that's brought on by this karmic energy. Karmic energy is heinous, as hateful, as scary, as malevolent as it is. It's necessary. What do I say? In the contrast of things, contrast breeds clarity. Because if something is not fucked up or mucked up, you can't appreciate the clarity that comes through. Okay? The sun after the storm. It's storming out here now, or it was, but tomorrow comes sunshine. And I like me a good storm. I like seeing the effects of nature. I'm fascinated by it. Totally fascinated. So in this comfort and stability energy in the Four Swords, what came out to clarify it? This is the Queen of Wands. High Priestess energy. High Priestess sees all. Okay? You can't pull shit over her eyes because she's intuitively gifted. She or he, because we all inhabit divine masculine and feminine energy. But the beholder of this energy sees all in the spiritual realm. And when I say sees all, not necessarily everything, but everything that matters to them at that point in time. Okay, they are in tune. Okay, we know that the divine feminine energy is that of allowing the attraction of your desires to be manifested to you. Okay, this is resting in the receptive energy. Okay, sitting down, chilling, not trying to force something, not chasing the bag. You're not chasing the bag, you're attracting the bag. Okay, and in this instance, Queen of Wands, wands represent the aspects of spirituality, creativity, knowledge and wisdom, communication, and what, folks? The emotional body. I say it all the time, I'm going to say it again. The emotions tell us where we stand on the spectrum of being in alignment with our all-being source energy. The better you feel, the closer you are. The worse you feel, the further away that you are. Point blank. You don't have to take my word for it. Try it. I dare you. And I swear for chicken and gravy, you're going to be like, Bryce was right. Coach Bryce was right. Like, you got to do the work. You got to try different things out to see if it resonates or if it holds weight. And guess what? If it don't hold no weight, it ain't going to do nothing for you. It ain't going to strengthen you. It ain't going to give you no muscle. Like that spinach to Popeye, so to speak. Okay? So again, clarifying the stability, the comfort and the stability in your soul space comes out the Queen of Wands in the upright position, the High Priestess energy, aspects of spirituality, creativity, knowledge and wisdom, communication, how we communicate effectively, folk. Okay? You could just say anything, but you just saying something is not communicating. You need to communicate yourselves clearly. And another aspect of effective communication is listening. I'm not talking about hearing. I'm talking about listening. Folk hear all the time. And what I mean by hear, we hear what the person is saying, but at the same time they're saying it, we're thinking of something to rebuttal what was said. So therefore, we don't get the clarification of what they're trying to express to us. It happens all the time. I used to do it. I make it a point now that I listen, I communicate effectively. And I say exactly what I mean. And I mean what I say. And if there's any chance of it being misconstrued, what do? I write it down. I put it on paper. Because you can't misconstrue what's on paper. I said what I said. Right then and there. It's clearly outlined why I felt that way. Why I said it, instances. Baby. I'm not that. Okay? Of course, Wands also represents fire sign energy. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay, this is our energy, folks. Get into your intuition. I said that earlier. Get into your intuition. I said that before the High Priestess even came out. Get into your intuition. Listen to your intuitive promptings, your gut instincts. It's not going to steer you wrong. I promise you. I swear for chicken and gravy, it's not. It's not going to steer you wrong. What else are we going to clarify, Spirit? Because, oh, wow. This video is about an hour. Come on now. The Fool Apprentice. This card came out in yesterday's daily spread. And I resonated with that energy. The Fool Apprentice stands for New Self-Guided Journeys. Or I think this came out in the water sign reading too. New Self-Guided Journeys. Okay? New studies. Okay? Embarking on new beginnings. Hello. Transformer Ace of Swords. Clarifying the dark night of the soul. And here comes the Fool Apprentice. New studies. New beginnings. Okay? Learning new things, taking control, leadership of this now realized potential that you can actually form into reality. This is what the Fool energy is about. It's no longer I wish that I could or only if I could. It's no more that. It's I can. And now that I know that I can, I'm going to take the appropriate steps to ensure that not only I can, it will be. It is. Taking control, baby. Now, with the Fool energy comes some naivety, okay? Because you're entering in new beginnings, new cycles, that which you don't know, okay? So there's gonna be some things that you're gonna have to learn, but that's the beauty of the journey. Okay, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Because if you just got right there just like that, what have you learned? What have you experienced? What knowledge could you apply to turn into wisdom, huh? Folk don't think like that on the regular. Okay, this is youthful ambition, feeling like you can conquer the world. You absolutely can conquer your world. Not nobody else's world, because nobody else's world belongs to you but yours. So I said this in a previous video. Mind your business. Mind your business. Stop worrying about what other folk are doing and why. Mind your business. Huh? That's all you got to do is mind your business. It's so easy. The more you do it, the simpler it becomes. Mind your business. Make sure that your shit is straight. Huh? Make sure that you're not taking out your anger on other folk. Huh? Make sure that you're not getting angry because other folk are doing stuff that you ain't. And it's not that you can't. You just ain't. You won't. You don't. Full apprentice. This is good energy. If you could get through this karmic ass energy of this Black Widow, if you can stay the course with the dark night of the soul and get into your transformation from the caterpillar, get in that cocoon and emerge as the butterfly, you get your Two of Cups, your union, your lover. You get into your spirituality, your intuition. You find stability in all areas of your life, and you come out the fool, the apprentice, going into new studies like I am that bitch. I've taken control over my life. Now I know what I need to learn, so I'm going to learn it. You're not going to learn me. I'm going to learn it. Huh? And that's what it's all. That's what it's all about. When you get into the practice of it, it becomes so easy. And oftentimes you or I find myself hitting myself upside the head like, damn, it was right there in front of my face the whole time. I just didn't see it. I wouldn't allow myself to see it, or I wouldn't allow myself to believe in it or trust it or take action on it. But I see now. I see now. This person I was dealing with earlier, she gonna tell me, I didn't buy that stuff you said in the office when I was crying about my situation. Baby, I don't fake. There's nothing fake about me. There's nothing fake about me. I'm very transparent about who I am, and I make no apologies about it. My tears were real. Baby, I know you ain't never been through anything like I did, so you're not going to be able to resonate on that. But to sit in there in that office and tell me you are such a gift and you're going to be able to help people, and then turn around in my face not too long ago and say, I knew you was faking that, bitch. No, I wasn't. Okay, but for you to say that to me to my face now proves to me that you are fake. Your intentions aren't pure at all, and it shows. So that's see, when you in your zhuzh, when you in your power in your light, you're gonna irritate folk, just simply because this is a program, baby, but it's not the program of my life. You're the director of the program. You're not the director of my life. And I'll be damned if I sit and be stagnant, be cooped up, and not do anything, especially for my well-being after the fact. And my businesses and my purposes and my calling, I don't answer to you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Not one bit. Not one bit. You think I'm finna sit up in here every day? Baby, what she don't realize, I go to class 4 nights a week. I work every morning. She don't know what I do. Don't nobody really know what I do, but y'all know the content that I put out, my podcast and all of this stuff. I'm working every day. Okay, sitting and I'm blessed to be able to do what I do from remote locations, from anywhere. But baby, best believe, now that I can and I'm able to, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. I'm showing, especially Spirit said, it's time for you to show you. It's time for people to see who you are. It's time for you to get out. It's time for you to mingle, baby. I'm gonna mingle. I'm going to live. I was in hermit mode for how many months, and then in a hospital, almost died. 33 straight days, no visitors, no nothing, no family here. I got a few acquaintances and a couple of high school friends in a distance. They not close. But other than that, it's just me. You think I'm finna just sit around and boo the fool? No. Baby girl, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. It ain't that. You know? It's not that. Again, I'm grateful for the program, but baby, it's not the be all of who I am. It certainly is not, you know, they do that, but it's not. The Most High supplies all my needs. I already know I'm divinely protected and guided. Okay? So it may sound a little fucked up, but no. I'm not. No. Because her whole concern is for the program. We don't get money that way. Okay? That's your concern, but my first concern is not the program and them getting their money. It's me and getting my money. Making sure that I'm doing things that's necessary and required to ensure my what? Ace of Pentacles, baby. You think I'm going to forsake my own prosperity and abundance for that of another entity? Some people may do that. I won't. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Sir, ma'am. Ma'am, sir. No. That is a no. I set boundaries now and I enforce them. You got a problem with it? Oh, well, that's your problem, not mine. It's a different day, people. It's a different age. Get into your power. You know what I'm saying? But know what you're talking about first. Don't go off half-cocked, okay? So, that brings me to the conclusion. Damn. 1 hour and 7 minutes, this video. Longest one to date for the elementals. The elements, okay? But this fire signs, this is what Spirit wants you to know, what you got to get into. Take it where it resonates. Don't put on that stiletto that's 3 sizes too small and try to make it fit. Don't do that. Get the appropriate size, put that shoe on, and walk, okay? Or better yet, get some sneakers so you can run, okay? But if it don't resonate, don't try to make it fit. If it resonates, take it. Go within. Ask for guidance. Spirit, how does this particularly resonate for me? Piece it together for me. And then take divine inspired action. Okay? But it's here. And this is for my fellow fire signs. I love my fire signs. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or otherwise heavily aspecting in your birth chart. Okay, if you don't know what your birth chart looks like, I suggest that you pull it up. Do the research. I promise you, once you look at your birth chart, it's going to make more sense as to who you are and why you tick the way that you tick. Folk be like, oh, astrology ain't real. The zodiacs don't be talking about nothing. No, to you, because you only paying attention to your sun sign, which is our main sign. My sun is Leo. Oh, that don't sound like Leo. Okay, yeah, because it's actually talking about your moon sign that's placed in the 12th house. But you don't know that because you don't do the research. New studies, self-guided journeys, full card energy. Okay? All right. So, as always, I love and appreciate you all for your love and support and for resonating with me. And if you don't, I appreciate that as well. Because in the words of Cardi B, it still benefits me. Okay? If you want to go ahead and book or schedule your personal intuitive reading, or if you want to book a coaching session, if you want to book a Reiki session, or sign up for one of my online coaching courses, the information is going to be in the description box below. Or if you just want to go ahead and support, you're more than welcome. It's greatly appreciated. I'm building my legacy, my empire from the ground up. I'm doing the work and I'm so very proud of myself. Okay? Soul driven, soul intended. This is what it is. It's not for you all to say, "Oh, look at how smart he is. Look at how intuitive." No, it's to get you into that place. Your own self love, your own self empowerment, your ingenuity, your intuitiveness. If that's not a word, it is now. I just made it up. Okay, that's what soul driven, soul intended is all about. Also, support my podcast, Spiritually Logic, formerly known as Soul Driven Podcast. It can be found on my website. Again, that information will be in the description box below, and it's also through the Anchor platform. So you can find it on, it's actually on Anchor, Spotify, and a few other platforms, as well as my website. I prefer you to go to my website though. Build that traffic, okay? Again, I love you all so much, the collective of Soul Driven, Soul Intended. You all bless me every day when you let me know how what I do is positively affecting you. It really touches my heart more than anything, because it lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. All right? So with that said, until next time, deuces. The next video I'm gonna do, we gonna get into this air sign. I want to see what's going on with these air signs, because Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, y'all be tripping. Y'all be tripping. Y'all carrying this type of energy. So the next video will be air signs, and then closing things out with earth signs. Okay, so stay tuned. Again, I love you all. Until next time, deuces.